I mean, because when I come into the room, everybody's going to know that I stepped into the room because I'm rocking one of the fragrances on this list. Show-stopping, intoxicating. Man, I got a list for you. Let's get it. What's going on YouTube? It's your guy Darren, the bow tie fragrance guy on the channel where we talk about fragrance and fashion. So you're a stylish guy out there and you like to smell good while doing it. Listen, you might find this content interesting, man. I got some good stuff for you over here. So hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell icon as well to ensure you get notified anytime I upload a video on the channel. So guys, on today's video, we're going to be talking about some intoxicating fragrances. I mean, these fragrances on this list leave a very intoxicating scent trail. I've talked about lists like this before. These are some absolute showstoppers. So listen, if you don't mind being the center of attention, this might be the list for you because I have 10 fragrances here that in my experience, my humble experience, have been known to be some absolute showstoppers. People want to know what you're wearing. And that's a good thing. These things start conversations. So if you want to see what made the list of 10 intoxicating, show-stopping fragrances, man, you know how we rock. Keep it locked right here. All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in, man. We're going to jump right into this list. And the first fragrance that I have up for you today, I call this the little brother of the previous fragrance that this was actually made in light of. But man, when it comes to getting attention, it's definitely not a little brother. I'm talking about this one from the House of Creed, and this is Aventus Cologne. Aventus Cologne. Every time I wear this fragrance, if I'm out and about, somebody wants to know what it is that I'm wearing. This is a little bit more in my interpretation, just to really sum it up, a lighter version, a lighter interpretation of the original Creed Aventus. And man, this thing works magic in the area of compliments, people noticing you, leaving an intoxicating scent trail, and people wanting to know what it is that I'm wearing when I have this stuff on. An amazing fragrance. An amazing fragrance. The more I wear it, the more I like it. So check this one out from the House of Creed. This is Aventus Cologne. All right, guys, the next fragrance up on this list, hands down, leaves an amazing scent trail. And this one is from the House of Charnel, and this is Charnel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. And what it is for this, with this one, guys, it's just that really beautiful, sweet tonka bean on the dry down. It's something that's just magnetic about this fragrance when I wear it. That it gets great performance, and it's just a scent DNA that when people walk by you, they seem to want to circle back and say, yeah, what is that, man? I mean, men and women alike compliment this fragrance and want to know what it is that I'm wearing when I have this on. Again, an amazing scent trail, definitely stops traffic. So check this one out from the House of Chanel. This is Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. The next fragrance on this list comes from the House of Givenchy, and this fragrance is called 40 Knots. 40 Knots. Now, this is a very complex fragrance, and I don't care what phase I'm in wearing this fragrance, this one right here seems to start conversations. It stops traffic. People want to know what it is that I'm wearing. Again, it's very, very complex. It goes through these stages, and I talk about this all the time when I talk about this fragrance. At one point, it's salty and marine, it's aquatic, it's resinous, it's rich and warm. It's all those good things, but at the end of the day, it is an amazing quality fragrance that people seem to be drawn to. So check this one out from the House of Givenchy. This is one that you really have to put your nose on and experience it. This is called 40 Knots. All right, guys, next up on the list, this fragrance isn't getting a lot of talk in the community, but listen, you, like me, can be one of the first people to really get your nose on this and watch the compliments roll in on this stuff. This is from the House of Givenchy. This is called Jubilation. Jubilation. Now, I've talked about this fragrance before on the channel. This is kind of like an exclusive collection that Givenchy did. And this is, to me, was the best one of the bunch. I smelled all of them, but this is the one that I immediately said, hey, I want to get my hands on a full bottle of this, and I was able to. Two notes that really stand out here, which is fig leaf, and there's a sesame accord. There's a fragrance that Novitus did with Monica Cho that had a sesame accord, and sesame gives this kind of nutty vibe, almost like pistachio. to some extent to me in fragrances, and you combine that with a beautiful fig leaf accord in this, and just fig leaf accord in this, and this is just an amazing scent. People ask me all the time what I'm wearing when I rock this stuff. It's great, it's very unique, and you need to get your nose on this one from the house of Givenchy. This is called Trouble Fête. All right, guys, the next fragrance up on this list is as intoxicating and seductive as they come from the house of Initio Parfums. This one is called Blessed Baraka. And I told you guys last week I did my top 5 from the house. This was #1 for me because it's so unique. It's kind of mysterious, it's super sexy, and it just really is an intoxicating scent. When people come into close proximity to you, when they smell this scent right here, this is one that's just so unique and so good and so sexy that it almost compels people just to have to ask the question, what is that you're wearing? Intoxicating, show-stopping fragrance. Definitely, this is one you need to put your nose on. It's the most unique fragrance on this list, but it's really good. From the house of Initio Parfums. Again, this is called Blessed Baraka. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, this fragrance comes from the house of BDK Parfums, and this one is called Gris Charnel. Gris Charnel, and simply, this is a beautiful sandalwood fragrance. It's really, really, really fresh, and again, creamy sandalwood in this, and it just really is one of those fragrances that I don't know what it is, but when it hits my skin, it just mixes well with my skin chemistry, and it just really works. Sandalwood is one of my favorite notes, and I love the way that it's done in this fragrance. Again, it really needs a nice scent bubble around you, intoxicating. People want to know what you're wearing, of course, again, when you wear this one as well. One of the best from the house of BDK Parfums. So check this one out as well, guys. This is called Gris Charnel. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list comes from the house of Nichane, and this one is called Fanya Flames. Fanya Flames. I heard about this scent when I first got into collecting fragrances, and just from the note breakdown alone, I said, I gotta get my nose on it. It has tobacco and a beautiful coconut accord. I've been saying that a lot lately. I really like when coconut is used in fragrances and it's boozy at the same time. It has a nice rum, tobacco, and coconut in this scent right here. And listen, I don't know what it is, but tobacco and rum, that's usually the recipe for success when you talk about a nice fragrance that has a really intoxicating kind of scent bubble. And this one is no different. One of my favorites from the house of Nichane. Check this one out, man. This is called Fanya Flames. All right, guys, the next fragrance up on the list, this one comes from the house of Guerlain, and this is Love, Don't Be Shy. Love, Don't Be Shy. Now, hold on, fellas, before you say anything. I know that this is a really sweet fragrance, and the main note in here is marshmallow. But listen, this one catches them off guard because they may not really be expecting a guy to wear this one. But listen, guys can pull this stuff off. Now, women definitely can pull this off. This is said to be Rihanna's signature scent. Don't know how true that is, but at the end of the day, I can tell you this. When I wear this thing right here stops traffic. I do 4 sprays of this, one here, one here, one here, one here, and we're good to go. Do it and come back and tell me about your results and watch the magic on this one happen. Again, take my word for this one, fellas. Try it for yourself. This is from the house of Guerlain, and this is called Love, Don't Be Shy. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, listen, any iteration of this fragrance will really work, but I have the Parfum version here from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. This is called Why. And like I said, any version of this, the EDT, they got the live, all the fragrances from this particular lineup will work. All these fragrances, in my experience, when I wear them, I get a lot of questions about what I'm wearing, a lot of compliments, a lot of interest. So listen, I don't have to go into this one a lot. You guys know what this fragrance is, and you know what it does from the house of Yves Saint Laurent. This is called Why Parfum. All right, guys, and last but not least on the list today, this fragrance comes from the house of Amouage, and this one is called Jubilation 25. Jubilation 25. This thing has about 26, 27 notes in it, and all of those notes combine to create an amazing classical fragrance that, listen, the unique factor on this one is through the roof. People can't really help but to want to know what this is because it's such a unique scent DNA. There's nothing out there that smells like Jubilation 25, and I think that unique factor alone contributes to people really wanting to know what this fragrance is when I rock it. Opoponax, you have some blackberry in this as well. Like I said, the list goes on and on as far as the notes. I'm not going to try to get through all of the notes, but just know when you wear this one, the performance is enormous on this thing, and the character and personality of this thing actually is great as well. If you're not careful, this fragrance will wear you. You have to make sure that you wear it. But it's one that definitely gets a lot of attention when you wear it. So check it out, man. From the house of Amouage, this is called Jubilation 25. All right, guys, that's it. That's my time. I hope you enjoyed this list today as I gave you 10 intoxicating, show-stopping fragrances. As always, I appreciate your time and your attention to these videos because, of course, you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you share these videos out to folks that you think could use this information or find it entertaining, because I'm your guy, Darian, the Bow-Tie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.